Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. This weekend, we finally got to dive into Mythic Plus dungeon content over on the Dragonflight beta and test the new experimental seasonal affix of Thundering, which is still going through design changes and iterations. These dungeons created the perfect environment to put our classes to the ultimate test, competing to see which talent builds can truly dominate in AoE content. With Dragonflight release drawing ever closer, I'll be getting more messages from you guys asking me which classes are currently looking the strongest, as many of you are still searching for your next main. But currently, it's hard to gauge which class will gain the most lead, as the final numbers and tuning are nowhere near finished. Instead, on this channel, we like to highlight gameplay changes, new utility options, and various ways that our classes are seeing improvements in Dragonflight. In today's video, I wanted to highlight some of these classes, specifically those that see the biggest improvements in Mythic Plus content. These are the classes that found themselves less than popular from Mythic Plus in Shadowlands, but may surprise you as we head into the next expansion of Dragonflight. But right before that, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as hit the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you're looking to get regular class and content updates for all the future and upcoming Dragonflight beta builds. And the first spec seeing major improvements in Mythic Plus dungeon environment will be the Feral Druid. While druids can be quite deadly against single bosses, they sometimes find themselves less competitive in AoE situations compared to other classes. Dragonflight seeks to solve these Shadowlands problems by introducing more ways to dispatch dungeon packs. Primal Wrath can shred nearby targets instantly, consuming rip damage over time in the process. Pair this together with Rip and Tear to generate even more damage across multiple targets. Your bites can now chain to nearby enemies, cleaving your foes for a portion of all damage done. The ability of Ray can double its value, causing your bleed damage to spread more easily. Together with talents that massively improve resource management, the Feral Druid is starting to feel more consistent in dungeon content. Finally, Berserk now gains value in AoE situations, causing Swipe to generate more combo points. This change adds more impact into Berserk as an AoE cooldown. And besides raw damage, Feral gains even more group utility options, which improves the group gameplay capabilities, some of which were never accessible by the Feral spec before. Spells like Innervate to help you heal or conserve on mana, or Nature's Vigil to help heal your party, together with the original control kit of Roar, Typhoon, and Ursul's Vortex. Like Feral Druid, enhancement can sometimes struggle to find its footing in Mythic Plus dungeons. The spec is capable of unleashing a torrent of damage against a solo target, but loses some value when engaging large crowds, generally performing well if it can funnel damage into a singular foe, but lacks strength when trying to cleave everyone evenly. And Dragonflight hopes to correct that issue, starting with the talent of Hailstorm, which becomes excellent in cleave encounters. Hailstorm can empower Frost Shock further by consuming even more Maelstrom when using the talent of Overflowing Maelstrom. Frost Shock damage is also greatly empowered after using Ice Strike, which creates an effective Frost Cleave synergy. Crashing Storms empowers Chain Lightning, causing them to jump to two nearby enemies, which reduces the downtime of Crash Lightning and contributes to overall AoE output. When using the talent of Ascendance, Wind Strikes can automatically consume Maelstrom weapon stacks, discharging either Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt at your targets, giving you incredible bursts in AoE encounters. Finally, Feral Spirits can be augmented to swipe at nearby foes following a Chain Lightning or Crash Lightning, which lets Ghost Wolves help contribute against large groups of enemies. And besides increased AoE output, Enhancement Shamans also come with a lot of group utility options, like Thunderstorm to help displace foes away from your healer, or Lightning Lasso to reliably lock down a singular foe. Capacitor Totem becomes incredibly powerful when helping lock down multiple foes at once. Finally, Earth Grab Totem helps hold enemies in place, and together all of these abilities create a robust toolkit of control in group content. But it doesn't stop there. Stone Skin Totem can help prevent unavoidable damage through an encounter. Poison Cleansing can bring extra dispel benefits, and Mana Spring helps refresh your healer for the next combat encounter. The next spec seeing improvements is the Mistweaver Monk. In Shadowlands, none of the healing specs are necessarily bad. In fact, most of them perform well given the right circumstances. Some healers are simply stronger in dungeons, raids, or PvP, and the spec of Mistweaver found itself on the less popular end of dungeon group content, which is sad because Mistweaver has to be one of my favorite healing playstyles so far. But they are receiving even more support heading into Dragonflight. First, Mistweaver makes gains when it comes to group utility. Getting access to Spear Hand Strike is massive, as this helps the healer contribute to group survivability by interrupting devastating spells or abilities. Passively, monks can radiate buffs that increase the healing of nearby allies and help reduce their damage taken from AoE attacks. The monk healing kit has also seen upgrades, with talents that help support both a ranged healer playstyle as well as the melee Fistweaver version. Many healers are expected to contribute as much damage as possible in dungeon content, as long as it doesn't interrupt healing of your allies. Recent upgrades to the monk Fistweaver playstyle allow the spec to become even more effective in this goal. The Feline Stomp ability will help activate a melee healing playstyle, which increases your combat capabilities. Blackout Kick and Jab will cleave onto nearby targets, increasing both damage output as well as overall healing potential. Spinning Crane Kick inside Feline Stomp heal nearby allies for 25% of the damage done, becoming a lot more valuable when fighting large groups of enemies. We see damage upgrades to both Rising Sun Kick and Spinning Crane Kick, together with a new statue which pulses damage to nearby enemies. These updates help monks stay aggressive in group content, contributing both damage and healing simultaneously, and if tuned properly, it should help them gain more favorability in Mythic Plus content. Affliction Warlocks have found themselves as one of the less than popular range specs of Warlock for Mythic Plus dungeons, but it could turn around heading into Dragonflight. First, the dividing line between all three Warlock specs is becoming more thin, as Affliction gains more defensive tools available for its sister playstyles, as well as new survivability bonuses that'll keep Warlocks durable in dungeon content. Affliction Warlocks specialize in corrupting their targets with damage over time, which takes time to ramp up in dungeon content. Abilities like Vile Taint help spread rot damage to nearby foes, while Agonizing Corruption helps Agony gain its full effectiveness faster. Affliction Warlock sees improvements in AoE output, starting with Dark Glare, who can now cleave foes with the effective burst output of Grim Reach, as well as Soul Flame, which causes enemies to erupt when slain in battle, and Soul Rot, which can spread its corruption in combat more often with new cooldown reduction benefits. The ability of Haunt increases damage over time benefits on all surrounding targets, greatly empowering your dots and AoE damage, while the talent of Dread Touch empowers all dots against a singular foe, creating a maintenance playstyle. This talent particularly helps propel dot damage forward as your top DPS output, which gives Affliction Warlocks a unique damage profile compared to the rest of the playstyles. And another range spec that found themselves on the sidelines in dungeon popularity is the Arcane Mage. While an incredibly fun and at times effective, it found itself struggling to keep up with both Frost and Fire. In Dragonflight, all mages are getting a detailed, controlled kit of abilities, which gives all mages a more even playfield. Establish control with powerful spells like Dragon's Breath to disorient, Blast Wraith to knock enemies back, and upgrade Cone of Cold to more effectively slow your targets down. You also gain talents that help with cooldown reduction, as well as enhanced survivability and an upgrade to your overall mobility. Normally, arcane mages are faced with a choice to spec for boss encounters or for large group situations. In Dragonflight, you get a lot of talents to better customize your overall output, and a lot of choices that apply in both types of combat encounters. For example, the ability of Arcane Orb is both useful in single target and AoE situations. Getting 2 charges of Arcane Orb improves both resource generation and overall output. Orb Barrage helps recover the downtime of Arcane Orbs and helps craft new ones from missile procs. The spell of Arcane Barrage is effective in both solo target and multi-target situations, and can be upgraded with a myriad of talents that help increase its combat viability. Finally, the ability of Arcane Surge replaces the old Arcane Power. It still provides the same familiar bonuses, but now comes with a powerful Arcane Blast that will shatter all surrounding targets as well. So far, Archmages have seen excellent dungeon performance with an extremely customizable set of talents, which helps them achieve all types of damage profiles no matter the dungeon encounter. And for now, that's going to be the full list of classes that are looking to gain performance improvements for Mythic Plus content so far on the Dragonflight beta. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you potentially considering any of the classes mentioned in today's video as a possible main or an alt heading into the next expansion? And if you could add more playstyles to this list, what other specs do you think are also seeing improvements for Mythic Plus content? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single live stream and video, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video, or discuss with the other members of the community what you think about the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.